You brought home this soft, sweet-looking rabbit, and you imagined cuddles. Instead, every time you reach toward it, it bolts to the far corner. It flinches when your hand comes near. It will not sit on your lap. It does not want to be picked up, and you are starting to wonder if you got a rabbit that just does not like you. I want to gently tell you that this is completely normal. It is not a rejection, and almost every rabbit can learn to trust you if you go about it the right way. I'm a rabbit owner here in Singapore, not a vet. I live in a small flat like most of you, and I read the local groups so you do not have to scroll past the same heartbroken posts from new owners who think their rabbit hates them. It almost never hates you. It is just being a rabbit. So today let us talk about why your rabbit acts this way and the slow, steady method that actually wins them over. First, you have to understand what a rabbit is deep down. A rabbit is a prey animal. For millions of years, everything bigger than it has wanted to eat it. So a rabbit's instincts are wired around one question. Is this thing going to hurt me? When a giant hen swoops down from above to grab it, every alarm in its body goes off, because from above is exactly how a hawk attacks. When you pick it up off the ground, you are doing the thing a predator does. So your rabbit is not being difficult. It is responding to instincts older than humans. Once you see it that way, the whole approach changes. You stop taking the fear personally and start working with the animal you actually have. The single biggest mistake new owners make is forcing contact. They chase the rabbit to pick it up. They hold it tight while it struggles. They corner it for cuddles. And every one of those moments teaches the rabbit that you are something to escape. You cannot force a prey animal to trust you. Trust has to be the rabbit's idea. So the entire method is about removing pressure and letting the rabbit come to you in its own time. It feels slow. It is slow. But it is the only thing that truly works. Here is where a small flat is actually an advantage. You do not need a big space to bond. You need floor time. Get down on the floor in the rabbit's pen or its secured zone and just be there. Sit, lie down, read your phone, do nothing. Do not reach for the rabbit. Do not chase it. Just exist at its level, calm and boring and unthreatening. At first, the rabbit will keep its distance. That is fine. You are letting it learn that you can be near it without anything bad happening. In a small flat, you and the rabbit are close anyway, so you get lots of these quiet sessions. Next, make yourself the source of good things. Food is the fastest road into a rabbit's heart. Start hand offering its favorite treats. A small piece of a safe herb like coriander or parsley, or a bit of its greens. Hold it out flat on your palm and wait. Do not push it at the rabbit. Let curiosity win. The first time your rabbit stretches its neck out and takes food from your hand, that is a real milestone. It has decided your hand is worth approaching. Do that daily, and the rabbit starts associating you with nice things instead of scary grabs. Let me give you the order of milestones to look for so you know you are making progress. First, the rabbit stops fleeing the moment you enter and just keeps an eye on you. Then it carries on eating or grooming while you are near, a sign it feels safe enough to relax. Then it takes food from your hand. Then the big one, it approaches you on its own and sniffs you, your hand, your foot, your leg. Then it might nudge you, asking for attention or telling you to move. And eventually it might flop down near you, or even put its head down, asking to be stroked. Each of these can take days or weeks. Celebrate them because they are the rabbit choosing you. A few rules that speed this up. Always approach low and slow, never from above. Move your hand toward the rabbit's cheek or the side of its face, not down onto its head, because the looming overhead motion reads as a predator. Learn to pet, because most rabbits love being stroked on the forehead and along the back, even when they hate being picked up. In fact, here is a key refrain. Most rabbits do not enjoy being held at all. They are ground animals. A happy rabbit relationship usually looks like a rabbit that hops over to you on the floor for head rubs, not a rabbit cradled in your arms. Let go of the lap cat picture, and you will both be happier. Patience with picking up. There are times you must lift a rabbit for health checks and grooming, so you do need it to tolerate handling. But build that slowly and separately. Support the bottom and chest. Hold the rabbit secure against your body. Keep it brief and put it down before it panics. Never let a lifting session end with the rabbit thrashing free, because that teaches it that struggling works. The more your everyday relationship is built on floor time and trust, the more the rabbit tolerates the occasional necessary lift. Let me say something specific to families, because a lot of rabbits in Singapore are bought for kids. Children and a shy new rabbit is a combination that needs managing, because a child's instinct is to grab, squeeze, and carry the cute fluffy thing around, which is exactly what terrifies a prey animal and sets the bonding back. So the rule in a household with kids is, the rabbit comes to you, you do not go to the rabbit. Teach children to sit calmly on the floor and let the rabbit approach, to offer a treat on a flat palm, and never to chase or pick it up in these early weeks. A rabbit that learns children are calm and bring food will warm to them. A rabbit that learns children are loud and grabby will spend its life hiding from them. It is worth being the strict parent on this one for the rabbit's sake, and so your kids actually get the friendly bunny they wanted. There is also the question of a second rabbit, which comes up a lot. People sometimes think a lonely rabbit just needs a companion, and that a bonded pair will be happier, which is often true. Rabbits are social. But bonding two rabbits is its own careful process, and it is not a shortcut to fixing a shy rabbit's relationship with you. A shy rabbit with a partner may bond beautifully with the other rabbit and still take its time warming up to humans. So do not rush out and get a second rabbit purely to solve shyness toward you. The trust building with you is separate work, and adding a second animal before you understand the first is how people end up overwhelmed. A small note on scent and routine, because rabbits live through their noses. Your rabbit gets to know you partly by smell, so spending calm time near it, letting it sniff your hand and your clothes, builds familiarity in a way it understands. And rabbits love predictability, so feeding and floor time at roughly the same times each day makes you a reliable, known quantity rather than a random event. A rabbit that can predict you finds you less frightening. Consistency is quietly one of the biggest trust builders there is, more than any single grand gesture. Now the Singapore-specific angle. A lot of new owners here keep the rabbit in a busy living room with the TV loud, people coming and going, and they expect it to settle fast. A frightened new rabbit settles better with a calm, quiet base, especially in the first weeks. Give it a hideout it can retreat into, a box or a tunnel, and respect that hideout. Do not drag it out. A rabbit that knows it has a safe place to hide is actually braver about coming out, because it knows it can always retreat. And time your bonding for the cooler parts of the day, early morning and evening, when the rabbit is naturally more active and curious anyway. Manage your own expectations on timeline. Some rabbits warm up in days, many take weeks. A few, especially ones that had a rough start, take months. None of that means you are failing. It means you have a sensitive animal that needs time. The owners who succeed are the ones who keep showing up, calm and unhurried, and let the rabbit set the pace. The ones who give up usually push too hard, too fast, and scared the rabbit backward. A small mindset shift that helps a lot. Stop measuring trust by whether the rabbit lets you hold it, and start measuring it by whether the rabbit relaxes around you. A rabbit that grooms itself, stretches out, eats, or even dozes while you are sitting nearby is showing you deep trust, because a prey animal only lets its guard down when it feels safe. Those quiet moments are the real milestones, not the cuddle you keep hoping for. Once you learn to read them, you will realize your shy rabbit is making more progress than you thought. Name a mission. A rabbit that was warming up to you and then suddenly becomes withdrawn, stops taking treats, hides constantly, or turns unexpectedly aggressive, may not just be shy. A sudden behavior change like that can be a sign the rabbit is in pain or unwell, because a hurting rabbit often retreats or lashes out. That is not a bonding problem to push through. So if your rabbit's temperament shifts suddenly, especially alongside any change in eating or pooping, that is a reason to see a rabbit savvy vet, not a reason to try harder with treats. So to bring it together, your shy rabbit is a prey animal doing exactly what prey animals do. It is not rejecting you. Stop forcing contact. Get on the floor and be calm and boring at its level. Become the source of food with daily hand feeding. Watch for the milestones, the sniff, the nudge, the flop. Pat on the forehead, let go of the need to hold it, and keep necessary lifts brief and secure. Give it a quiet base and a hideout. Work in the cool hours, and be patient on the rabbit's timeline, not yours. I am a fellow owner, not a vet. So if your rabbit's behavior changes suddenly, withdrawn of its food, newly aggressive, the move is a rabbit-savvy vet rather than a guess. Not every clinic here sees rabbits with real confidence, which is why we keep a directory of rabbit-friendly vets in Singapore on singaporerabbit.com, alongside plain, dated, local advice for our homes and our heat. We also send a free weekly digest for Singapore rabbit owners, so come join us there. Next time, I want to talk about the thumping and the nighttime banging that keeps you and maybe your neighbors awake. If you are figuring out rabbit life in Singapore, subscribe so you do not miss it, and I will see you in the next one.